So lads, the small forward position is absolutely stacked in my team. Whether it be power forwards playing down, shooting guards playing up, guys that can play small forward is absolutely stacked. So today I'm going to be ranking most of the best of these cards in a tier list, lads. So we have all of these cards right here. We've gone from Alex English to Iguodala, some of these takeover cards all the way down to running Zach LaVine. So most of these guys are probably going to be best to be ran, maybe best to be ran at that shooting guard position. Some of these guys you could argue are best to be ran power forward, but I decided just to make these make a list of these cards right here. Let me know if I've forgotten anybody. Any players I think are really two guards like Victor Oladipo and stuff, I decided nah, there's just no point like really putting those on the list. But yeah, so let me just take my head off there so you guys can see the full tier list. And now let's get on to the old list right here. So anyway, Alex English. Now, this guy is one of the best, man. At small forward, I don't think he's going S tier, but my God, Alex English is elite. I don't care what anyone says about Alex English. Alex English is absolutely elite, lads. I'm telling you, it's one of those situations where people just don't know how good the guy is. He's got a 63 ball. It doesn't matter. He will hit everything. The guy is brilliant. Iguodala at small forward, probably the best lock in the game other than like Jimmy. Like Iggy for now is going into the elite players, but Iggy is one guy that genuinely has the potential to go up a tier. Iguodala like could without question go up into the S tier players. He's absolutely fantastic. He is a ridiculously good player. Brilliant card. Then we have got Wiggins. I'm putting Wiggins in elite as well, man. Wiggins is so good. Wiggins has got Jordan dribble style. Great release. And like we're looking at Wiggins being a 2-hour grind. Like genuinely, and I'm not even exaggerating when I say Wiggins might be a 2-hour grind. It is such an easy grind. Elite. Anthony Edwards is he's way better at the 2. He's just primary small forward, so I have to put him in here. He's just too little at that small forward position, but his release is really good. Oh, I don't know. I don't know with Edwards. I don't want to put everybody into the same tier, but I think I'm going to have to. I think Anthony Edwards, all of these guys do belong in the same tier. Which is mad because 2 of them are like 30-hour grinds and 2 of them are like 2.5-hour long grinds. But Melo is the first player that's going to go into S tier. So Melo is absolutely fantastic. I don't care what anyone says about that. Like his release is iffy at times. But like if you're not spiking, and like there are times where you're not going to spike. And if you are not spiking, Carmelo Anthony is the best release and the best jump shot in all of my teams. He is at his best is the most tough player to deal with in the game. Elgin Baylor, I mean, I'm putting him in usable meth for one reason only. He's got half bully. He's like, you don't have to guard this guy anywhere other than the post. This is one of the worst players I've ever seen in my team. And shout out to anyone who did the grind for him. Shout out to all of you guys, because you guys are better men than I am. Because I was just like, nope. That grind was so bad that I'm not even joking. People quit 2K because of it. Like genuinely, people saw that grind and were like, nope, I'm out. Like people this grind was so bad people quit the game. He's got to go in this tier. Hondo sucks. Hondo legitimately sucks. I don't care what anyone says about that one. I'm sorry for anyone who grinded for John Havlicek. He stinks. Bad release, undersized, not a good dunker, not even a great defender. Hondo is a trash can. And again, only 5 Hoffs were playing that much of the game. No, I'm telling you, you got, like, he's bad. Kawhi's, Amethyst Kawhi is going to go into good. I'm just going to do this with my Kawhi's. Because Amethyst Kawhi is really freaking good. I don't really care what anyone says. Amethyst Kawhi is really, really good. So he's going to go into elite. Yeah, this guy is so good. I'll go S tier for the other Kawhi. I think he is that little bit better than Iggy. Odom. I don't like Lamar Odom. I think he's just Scotty Barnes. He is just Scotty Barnes 2.0. But my starting small forward, Larry Johnson. He's got to go in there. He's really got to go in there. I think Melo might get moved. Some guys might get moved down. This Kawhi is going to go down. And as a small forward, I'm going to do this. Because I'm not that high on... I think Alex English is better as a cheese 2 guard because of his post game than anything else. So, like, I wouldn't... If like, it was my preference would be to not play Alex English at small forward. So, I'll go with that. Oh, this guy's worthless. Luka is so bad. It's funny how bad Luka is. Everyone in my comment section for my Luka video is like, oh, you just don't know how to play Luka. I mean, I know how to play with Luka. You go into the lineup screen, you tap the X button twice, and when it says replace player, you replace him with literally anybody. He is genuinely worse than his Amethyst. He is awful. Benedict Mathurin, a great 2 guard, mediocre small forward. Keegan Murray, barely usable. Like, or Ochai Agbaji. Ooh, Ochai Agbaji's going there. Keegan Murray's going there. Keegan Murray's got a small player build. His stats are mediocre at best. He doesn't play much defense. He's not a very good shooter. At least Ochai Agbaji is a good defender. Like, by a significant amount, the best defender out of those 2 guys. Ousmane Dieng, the best and usable, man, he's just too weak. So Ousmane Dieng, the way the guy plays lanes is ridiculous. He's just so weak. So I kind of liked him before, obviously, the post-up became a thing. And now whenever I see Ousmane Dieng, I just post up on him. Like, I used to be genuinely high on this card. Not quite anymore. AK... I'm going to put him in low elite. AK is still really good in defense. I'm going to go elite for him. He's got half bully. I'm going to go good for Ingram. I don't like Ingram. And again, I get it. He's got 10 hops. But, I mean, Ingram doesn't offer anything for me. Like, he's not a bad player. But, I mean... Personally, when I use Ingram, I just don't find that he does anything. Like, he could be worse, I guess. He genuinely could be worse, but that's kind of it. Bowen's really good. Now, I play Bowen at the 2, but Bowen's one of the best pure locks in the game. I'll put Bowen in elite. I think he's brilliant. At this stage of the game, Mullen at small forward, I gotta put you in usable, man. Like, Mullen he's not even on the same stratosphere as Luka. He's 100 times better than Luka, but still, that release is slow. Clyde, I'm going to put Clyde as the best in elite. No, Clyde, go up to elite. Go up to tier. Kawhi, you come down. Like, Clyde is really good. Just the way the game's played offensively, Clyde is, like, one of the top, like, 2 point guards in the game. If I'm being honest, like, he's an immaculate player. Now he's really nice. Now Granger's really nice. He's a player that will shoot. He's a player that will dribble. I'm telling you, lads, Granger is one of these, like, super slept on players. A lot of people aren't really taking Granger seriously. I'm telling you, lads. He's genuinely good. He is genuinely good. So, yeah, he's going to go there. Then we're going to go green as a small forward. I have to put him here. As a small forward, I think this is probably the best spot for him. I would rather have him hit a better tier, but at the end of the day, I think this is probably the best tier for him. Dominique, oh, you suck. Dominique absolutely sucks, and I will go to the grave saying that Dominique sucks. I wish Dominique didn't suck. Like, Dominique being good would be a preference for me. Like, I would have much more fun if Dominique was actually a competent player, because I freaking packed the dude. But Dominique is terrible, lads. Then we have got Gervin. Gervin's gonna go into low good. He's okay. Hayward's nice. Hayward is genuinely nice. So let's stick him in there. Grant Hill. Look, Grant Hill's not quite worthless, but he's not very good. Am I right in saying that that's probably the best way to describe Grant Hill? Like, not quite worthless, but still at this stage, not the greatest. Jalen Green has to go into good. If we're talking about Jalen Green at small forward, he's going to go into good. Not a bad 2-guard. Pretty weak small forward. S tier for James Worthy. Again, Worthy's one of the damn best. Worthy's genuinely one of the best cards in this game, period. You can make the argument that he's still the best card in my team. I wouldn't go that far, but I think a legitimate argument can be made that he is the single best player in all of my team, which is kind of crazy to think about. But yeah, I'll chuck him in that tier. Jalen Brown at small forward. I think I jumped the gun with some players. I like Jalen Brown. I love Jalen Brown. I will put him in elite players. Tatum's got to go S, which means Melo's got to come down. And because Jimmy's got to go S. Like we only put 5 players in S tier on this channel, which means we got to put Jimmy in there. Again, I wish that I could obviously just use a better... I wish that, like... Oh, I don't know. Is Melo better than Tatum? I was like, I stick to it on my channel. Always, it's 5 players in S tier, no matter what. Unless it's a full tier list, then it's 10. If I could put a 6th player, I'll put Melo up there. J.O. at small forward. I don't even like him in general. Definitely don't like him as small forward. Joe Johnson, elite. He's not like Joe Johnson's good. This Kawhi's going in good tier. I'll stand by that. Like, this Kawhi is definitely... I would rather run this Kawhi than anyone unusual, man. Middleton, mid. He's going right there in the damn middle because he's mid, man. Spreewell is, like, better Jalen Brown. Spreewell's good now. Spreewell's legitimately good. He's a player that really has surprised me, and I do kind of like his release. LeBron's going into that good tier. LeBron was, like, that guy when the game first came out. I think everyone was like so hyped on LeBron. But like for me, I'm like, ugh. Like fair enough, LeBron is really good, but still, like he's not. I never thought he was the greatest. Finley, I'm putting Finley. I don't like Finley. I don't like Michael Finley, and I know a lot of people are gonna be like, oh, he's really good. I chose him. But like, I would take any player in elite tier at small forward over Michael Finley, and that's just me. At the end of the day, it is just me. But yeah, I just don't see him as anything spectacular. Jordan, now look, Jordan's better as a 2-guard, but I have to put him in elite. He's better as a 2-guard. Like, I'm gonna do Tatum. Tatum's going down. I'm keeping Larry. I'm keeping Larry Johnson. I'm keeping Larry Johnson. So for all of you guys wondering why I'm running Larry Johnson, there's one more player. Batum is like, again, it's just because there's a lot of good tiers, actually good players. Ain't no scrubs in good tier. So I personally think that is the right tier for him. But like, again, Batum's really freaking good. A card that I really like. Paul Pierce, again, I really like Paul Pierce. Like, Paul Pierce genuinely is like Tatum light. Like, is he as good as Tatum? No. Like, Paul Pierce is a player that you would definitely argue belongs in elite players. Like, he's one of the better players. It's just like, is he better, for example, than... It's a hard one saying he's better than like Spreewell and stuff. Peja is so damn average, man. Peja is so average. I think Onus ran him in 250. And like legitimately was running him. Like not even trolling, was legit running Peja. That guy picked some strange cards, but no, I gotta put him there. Jefferson has one of the most worst releases in the game. I'm sorry, I get it, he's the meta. But like, give me Alex English over him. I know I have Alex English on a lower tier. It's because I don't want anyone that got Jefferson to get really angry at me. Give me Alex English over Richard Jefferson. Sure, Richard Jefferson has got half bully. It's the only thing really going for him because of how bad that release is. But like, Alex English got goal bully. So if you want to use the damn bully as a reason, then get Alex English up a tier. He You know what? I'm doing that. Get Alex English up a tier. Get up there. Robert Ory at small forward. Look, I'm putting him in like the lowest of elite players. I think he's actually really, really good there, and he's got some great length, which not a lot of players do. I have Scotty Barnes, wherever Odom is, they're basically the exact same card. Sean Marion is good. Now, Sean Marion is genuinely a good player. Like, he is somebody that I think is one of the better cards in general in this game. So I need to make this tier list more symmetrical. I got way too many players in elite and way too many players in good, so I gotta start moving guys down. And if we're moving guys down tiers, I gotta have 5 in worthless. Oh, so it's gonna be you. There are my 5 worthless players. We gotta go for some symmetry. There's always gonna be 5 worthless. Luka is just so much worse than all the others. I'm gonna have to probably pull Scotty down. I have to bring obviously the 2 regular players. Oche, maybe? Because yeah, it's gonna have to be a lot brought down because there's a lot gonna be coming down from this tier. From this tier down, I mean English, Ori, fairly straightforward. Bowen. It's probably the best. Because Levine, as a small forward, is going to good. Like, Levine's a really good player, but I mean, as a small forward, like, we're looking at, like, only just a good player. We're looking at a pretty good player, though. Vince is going to go into elite players. And for symmetry reasons, we do need a lot more players down there in usable, but meh. Once we can get our guys in usable, but meh, we're sorted. So, Gervin, you go down 1. Because Gervin's good, not great. Marion, Jalen Green. That's Jalen Green as a small forward, by the way. Jalen Green's pretty good. But he's not as good as Levine. We gotta get some players down into this tier as well. This Kawhi. JB. Bring 1 more player down. And I'm gonna bring... who do I want to bring down from this tier? Does it have to be AK? I think it's gotta be AK. No, it's Joe Johnson. Even though I like Joe Johnson. So then we need to get 3 players into this tier. First player I'm going to have to bring down is... It's got to be Scotty Barnes. And then he's 6'10", so we can't really bring him down. Batum. I love Batum. Oh, lads. Even just 1 more for symmetry. 1 more almost makes it symmetrical. I can't do it. I can't bring anyone else down. And obviously Scotty's in S tier. So yeah, this is my tier list. There's a lot of good players at this position. There really is. And like the gap between the best players in good and elite players is like nothing. It's nothing. And even these usable men. I love Abaji. I really like Jalen Green. It's just almost all... Like every one of these cards other than Luka Doncic is at least competent. It's at least competent. But anyway, yeah, that is the video, lads. That is the tier list. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.